Hi guys, it's Andrew again from the South Allegheny Recording Studio. Today I'm going to take you through some editing basics in Logic Pro. Editing things in audio and video is extremely common these days, and it's a really important part of getting quality results. Now before we get started, I want to cover a few concepts that'll make editing a lot easier. And these concepts apply to most modern audio and video recording softwares. So it doesn't apply to just Logic, it'll apply to Adobe Premiere, it'll apply to Cubase, any other software out there. First, let's talk about regions. Regions are these blocks of audio or MIDI in the arrangement window. Each block is its own region. When we edit, we cut, extend, split, or modify these regions. Regions can be moved around on the grid, and most editing takes place at the region level. Next, I want to talk about non-destructive editing. And it's exactly what it sounds like. It's editing without destroying or deleting anything. At first, this sounds counterintuitive. Of course I want to delete stuff, that's why I'm editing it. Non-destructive editing means that even when I've edited something out, the computer maintains the full audio so I can bring it back if I need it or if I made a mistake. So let's say, for example, if I edit out this waveform right here, I don't need this. And I'm going along and I realize, oh no, I deleted a part I need. I accidentally cut too much. So I can hover my mouse in the bottom corner on either side. You'll see my icon change to this little bracket. Then I can click and drag to restore a part of the region that I may have deleted. Just like that, I have my audio back that I accidentally deleted. You can do this with any region in the song all the way up until you bounce the song into a final stereo mix, which I'll cover in another video. Finally, I want to talk about silence. Now, when you record your voice with the microphone, you may have a section where you're not singing or speaking. During that time, because the microphone is so sensitive, it will still pick up ambient noise around the room. This could be the bell to change classes, the HVAC system, someone yelling in the hallway, anything. This leaves a sort of humming noise in the recording. To get a quality recording, we'll want to get rid of those moments of quote-unquote silence. In general, you want to make sure you're only capturing sounds you mean to capture. You can visually tell where silence is on the track by seeing if there are waveforms in a particular spot. So right here, I have some waveforms. That tells me I was speaking or saying something, whereas right before it, there's nothing here, so I can assume that that's silence. I'll want to get rid of that. Okay, let's get into it. This is the session I did when I recorded my cover of the Foo Fighters' Everlong here in the recording studio. Put a little card on the screen if you want to check out the final product right now. So I've zoomed in really far so you can really see what I'm doing, but I have this vocal track here, but as you can see by these waveforms, based on our talk about silence earlier, I don't start singing until later. I've got all this time before I actually come in. So I'm gonna cut out the silence until I start singing. There's a few ways to do this. First, I can drag the region until the waveforms start. I can do this by hovering my mouse in the lower left corner like we did before to get that bracket icon. So I'll drag it over. I'll leave a little bit of room. Perfect. So now I've just eliminated that silence by dragging to the left or right. Pretty quick, pretty easy. This method is fine for small adjustments, but there's a pretty big gap here, and sometimes it doesn't work, especially when the region is one big long region. Another way I can edit is by splitting the region with the scissors tool. Up here at the top, I've got these two buttons. These are the available tools I have to make edits. So if I click on the left one, this is my primary tool, and it gives me a list of the tools I have available to me. So I'm going to select the scissors tool here. Now you can see my icon has turned into a small pair of scissors. So if I come down here to the region itself, wherever I click, it'll split the region in half. Just like that, I now have two separate regions. I'm going to change this tool back to the pointer tool, and now I can go to the left corner and adjust it this way or the other way. Super easy. I can also take out large chunks by making two cuts, one here for example, and the other one here. So now I've created a middle region. I'm going to reselect my pointer tool. I'll select that region and hit the delete key on the keyboard, and boom, it's gone. The third way, and probably my favorite way to edit, is to use the Marquee Tool in Logic. The Marquee Tool is probably its most useful tool. You can edit with it, you can apply automation, you can highlight, you can do a lot of stuff. Up here where we selected the scissor tool before, I'm going to come all the way down to the Marquee Tool, second from the bottom. You'll see my icon change again, and this time with this little plus sign. Now, what I can do is I can highlight the section I want to delete, like that, press the delete key, and it's gone. Super easy, super simple, super quick. Okay, next I want to talk about fades. Fades are very important for audio recording to make sure sounds don't come in abruptly or stop suddenly. Just like before, when we selected our scissor or marquee tools, I can select the fade tool. So if I come up here in the same list, fifth from the bottom is the fade tool, so I'm going to pick that. And again, my icon changes to this little arrow with a line underneath it. Now I can either click before or after a region starts, so I'll say right here, for example, and I'll drag into the region. You'll see this highlight. And when I let go, it now creates that fade. Once the fade is made, you'll see this sloped line at the end of the region indicating that the volume is being turned down. If I need to shorten or lengthen the fade, I can click the handle and drag left or right. Applying fades to your regions takes some time, but it's really important to get quality results. So for example, for each region, after I've gotten rid of the silence, I will want to put a fade out on the end of each region and a fade in on every region. So depending on how many cuts you've made, this could be a lot of edits. It does take time, but it's definitely worth it in the end. Okay guys, I've edited my session totally. As you can see, I've got all of these different regions. I've applied fades to the beginning and end of each region. Now that I've edited this track, it's ready to be mixed. Okay guys, thanks for watching. Please check out the rest of the videos on the South Allegheny Recording Studio website by scanning the QR code. In the next video, we'll cover basic mixing techniques to make this sound the best that it can. Thanks.